Hi, my name is Finn. I'm a fashion development student at the Amsterdam Fashion Institute. The past half year I've been developing a bunch of new fabrics, and now I'd like to show you some of the highlights of my textile collection called Symbiosis. Next we have an experiment I did and that I called root felt. What it is, it's wheatgrass cultivated directly on felt, which gives us this really beautiful hybrid fabric. How it works is like this. It looks like this before the grass is cut. So you can see on the back you have all the roots which form a super nice backing of the felt fabric. And there's a lot of possibilities for this application in both furniture and fashion. You can also grow the wheatgrass directly on loose wool, and the roots of the wheatgrass grow through the wool, interconnecting with the wool, forming like a stable fabric. Next up is my algae coat felt. What it is, it's a piece of felt coated with colored alginate. And what you get is a water-resistant fabric with a natural coating that has kind of a feel like a wetsuit. And you can see in the light it creates like beautiful reflections, resembling a bit like the surface of water. Instead of coating it with alginate, you can also infuse the felt with alginate. What you get is a completely different result. You still have this slight nice shimmer, but otherwise the special thing about this felt is that it's quite stiff through the alginate. You can hear it gives a very nice crackling sound if you crunch it. And the special thing is it will always return to its original form, no matter how hard you crackle it. Because of this, what you can do is you can create beautiful smockings of felt. You smock the felt, then infuse it with alginate. And then you have a smoked felt, but without any threads. And no matter what you do to it, no matter how much you move it, it will always return to its original form. Last but not least, we have biofelt, a wool felt fused with a biomaterial I developed based on alginate and chitosan. All of these are the same material. The only difference is the filler material used in the biomaterial. And you get completely different textiles with each their unique properties. All of them are kind of like a leather-like, but not really. They all have their unique characteristics. For example, the charcoal one is very matte, almost feels like a cat's tongue. If I had to pick a favorite, I would probably pick the one with recycled fibers, because it's a beautiful option to give fabrics and textiles, clothing, that really have reached the end of life, a completely new life. All of these are also super stable, tear resistant, and to some degree water resistant. What sets biofelt apart is its potential for creative design applications. And here in front of us we have two examples. One, the bubble biofelt. How it's done is you felt kind of like a puffer textile, stuff it with wool filling, and then coat it. And what you get is like a really interactive garment textile that's a lot of fun to play with. You can also take the stuffing out, you still have the bubble. It's super fun. What you can also do, because it's liquid, you can mold it. You can fill the biomaterial in a mold, could be anything. And what you get is kind of like a 3D textile. Very special texture. And here you can see how the biofelt might look like when applied to a garment. For this coat I was inspired by sci-fi spacesuits and protective features in nature. You really get a coat that protects you from all elements. It's quite heavy and protective and stiff because the hand felting inside is quite thick. All over you have these bubbles on the front, on the sides, on the arm, and also on the back, kind of like an exoskeleton that provides extra protection and also extra warmth. The nice thing with the bubbles is you don't have to fill them. You can also leave them unfilled. From the outside you won't see the difference, but on the inside they act as little pockets. It's also quite fun to play with an empty bubble. On the sleeves we have the 3D molded elements as basically extra knuckle reinforcements. Yeah, this is still a prototype. It's imperfect, you can see it in the seams, but I've tried to seal it with another layer of biomaterial. But every little imperfection gives the piece a lot of character and highlights its strength, which is storytelling.